Prachi, I think you can start now.
Yes. Okay, sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Prachi Sachchidanand Hatkar, and I'm currently working in Wildlife Institute of India as a project fellow. And I'm currently pursuing my PhD in Maharaja Sayajirao University of Vadodara. So today I'll be talking about dugongs, which are nothing but a marine herbivorous marine mammals. So let me start the presentation. Sorry. Hello, am I audible?
Yep, you're audible. Start. If anyone has any questions, please type in the chat box, and we'll have about 10-15 minutes at the end for questions. And this is going to coordinate up with YouTube, so we'll send you links and that also.
Sure. So, as I mentioned previously, that I'm a postgraduate in zoology. Being an wildlife enthusiastic, I got my open water diving certificate done with the help of a grant, which was given by Women's Divers Hall of Fame. And I'm very passionate about marine conservation in India, especially. And currently, I'm pursuing my PhD at Maharaja Sayajirao University of Vadodara. So just a little bit about my institution where I'm currently working. So the Wildlife Institute of India was established in 1982 in Dehradun. So it is an internationally acclaimed institute which offers various training and research programs such as masters as well as the PhD programs have been conducted. So the institute also offers the training program for the IFS officers and the forest department for as a part of the capacity building training program, which are continuously held in the institute. And the institute is actively engaged in the wildlife research all across the country, let it be tiger census or cheetah introduction or the leopard census and the human wildlife conflict projects are there. So various projects which are related to wildlife are currently being executed by the Wildlife Institute of India in Dehradun. So coming to the project which I'm currently working, which is nothing but the conservation of dugongs and their habitat in India. So there are several objectives which we have in our mind when we started the project, which was to improve our understanding of dugongs through the research and monitoring program, to improve our understanding of dugong habitats which are remaining in India, to reduce the indirect and direct threats which are causing dugong mortality, and also to conserve and manage the dugong habitats in India, and to develop an awareness for conserving this marine mammal and their habitats, and also to provide or develop a legal protection for dugongs and their habitats. And we are also developing some national, regional, and international cooperation on the dugong research, which we have been working on for past 5 years now. And as dugong is under CMS as a COP species, that India is signatory to CMS, so that we need to promote the implementation of the MOU, which we have already signed. So what are basically marine mammals? We have all seen the documentaries of David Attenborough, which he continuously says that marine mammals are this, and he has been continuously filming. And if you guys have actually noticed, there was a documentary of Our Blue Planet, which was mesmerizing actually. So marine mammals are basically aquatic mammals that rely on the ocean, and they mostly spend their whole life in the ocean, but usually they come on the surface or the land just to bask sometimes. So there are about 120 odd species of marine mammals which are existing all over the world. And from that, 30 to 35 cetaceans, that is the whales, dolphins, the porpoise, and only one Sirenian species, that is dugongs, are found in Indian waters. So marine mammals are usually hunted for their meat and for their oil, etc. But because of the harvesting, now the population has been decreasing day by day, and they are still being exploited for their meat. And usually we have seen a sharp decline in their population all across the world. So basically, the marine mammals are classified into three orders. One is Pinnipedea, that includes seals and sea lions and walruses. Another is order Sirenia, which includes dugong and manatees. And another is Cetacea, that includes tooth and baleen whales. So I just have a question for the audience. If they are not able to answer, I'll answer this question in the end. That why marine mammals are so big in size? Is there any specific reason behind it that we'll see? So what are the basic ecological important role that the marine mammals actually play in this ocean ecosystem? So marine mammals act as a predators. They are the main top predators that like obviously the killer whales or the killer whales eat mostly the seals. They help in maintaining the community ecosystem, such as the seals actually keep the population of sea urchins stable. So if the sea lions are not eating the sea urchins, then there will be sea urchins will be growing on the surface, on the bottom, and there won't be any other species that will be growing on the bottom of the ocean. They also play in a major role in physical reconstructing of the benthic community. The benthic community is nothing but the organisms which are lying at the sea bottom. So the benthic fauna is also important for the nutrient recycling. So the marine mammals in turn help to recycle in nutrient recycling, because once the marine mammals is died, that goes back to the ocean and it's actually floats on on the surface. After some time, the carcass which is floating on the surface is being decomposed. It acts as a food source for various other organisms which are in the sea, and ultimately it helps in the nutrient recycling in the whole ecosystem. So this is a poster which was designed by our team. This posters are available on the website. So this is just a marine mammals of Gujarat. These are the common marine mammals that are found in Gujarat region, where I'm currently working for my PhD. So I was coming back to the order Sirenia, which is our focused order for today. So the order Sirenia, as I have already mentioned, it consists of manatees as well as the dugongs. So the manatees, there are three species of manatees which are found all over the world. One is Amazonian manatee, another is West Indian manatee, and third is West African manatees. And the only herbivorous marine mammal which is existing all over the world is dugong. So the scientific name says as dugong. And there was previously there was one another species that existed, but which got extinct due to the hunting, which was also known as stellar sea cow. And now it got extinct in the 18th century because of the overexploitation. So prehistorically, dugongs were found in India as well, and all the specimens or all the species which were found was approximately 20 million years ago, and they were all found in Kutch. So the studies was conducted by IIT Roorkee in Dehradun. So they had found four fossil of the prehistoric dugongs in Gulf of Kutch. And so dugong, what does it look like? As I've already mentioned that dugong is a marine mammal. So being a marine mammal, it has a slaty gray color. It has a flat snout because it stays in the ocean. It has developed a paddle-shaped flippers just to move around, and it has a body spindle-shaped like body, so it can move easily in the sea. As you can see, the shape, the fluke-like tail, it helps them in swimming. So the dugong is being a marine mammal. It already is a social animal, so they prefer to stay in groups. As you can see in the picture, there is a dugong with her calf, and dugong can be found in herds that can goes up to 200 individual in a per herd. So dugong is protected under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. And according to the IUCN status, this is categorized as vulnerable. Dugong can last or live up to in the wild up to 70 years. And in India, it is only distributed to Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat, Andaman Nicobar Islands, Gulf of Mannar and Park Bay region in Tamil Nadu. It is a case selected species, meaning that the gestation period, the only species that gives birth to a single calf in a year. So the dugong females breed up to from 2.5 to 7 years, and they don't have any specific breeding season as such, but average individual which they give birth to is only one. And the range of gestation period lasts up to 13 to 15 months, and the weaning period. So the calf stays with the mother for around 2.5 years. They also reach sexual maturity at around 6 to 7 years. So the males mature earlier than females, and being a mammal, obviously exhibit a parental care. And because they are very social species, they form into groups. So the known predators for dugongs are sharks, saltwater crocodiles in India, and also killer whales, and apart from that, humans as well. So the dugongs actually, this is a photo which we got in through a drone survey when we were conducting a population survey. So if you see evolutionary wise, the marine mammals have evolved from very past many years, but mostly the dugong is more related to elephants, and I'll tell you the reason as well. The dugong is more related to elephant because they have tusks. So the tusks are rudimentary. Apart from that, they don't have any other. So apart from that, they don't have any other self-defense mechanism as such. So the major difference that we were mentioning, as I mentioned, that order Silenia includes manatees and as well as the dugongs. Dugong has a fluke-like tail, and the manatees are paddle-shaped. Dugongs are exclusively marine animals, and manatees can migrate between the freshwater and the marine water. So there is, apart from that, the food of these two marine mammals is different. The dugong, only being a herbivorous marine mammal, it only feeds on the seagrasses. And manatees, because they migrate between the marine and the freshwater, they eat seagrasses, they have seaweeds, also they feed on algae, etc. The sexual maturities also vary between these two species. So dugong matures around 4 to 17 years, and the manatees take year from like 5 to 9. And apart from that, the distribution is completely different. The manatees are found in Atlantic Ocean and Amazon River as such. And the dugongs are only confined to Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean. And if you, in case of the size as well, the dugong weighs about 250 kilograms to 400 kilograms, and the manatees, they weigh up to 400 to 500 kgs. So as I mentioned, that dugongs is the only herbivorous marine mammals. So they are only found in Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean, where there is plenty of seagrass available for their food. As I already mentioned, that they are confined to Gulf of Kutch and Andaman Nicobar Islands and Park Bay and Gulf of Mannar in Tamil Nadu region currently. So the estimated population, which was conducted by Gill Foundation and Wildlife Institute of India previously in 2008, the population estimated in Gujarat is around 10 to 15 individuals. In Park Bay region or the Tamil Nadu region is estimated the highest population about 75 to 150 individuals, and in Andaman Nicobar Islands they are estimated about 20 to 25 individuals. So the largest population of dugongs exist in the Australia currently, and the second largest population is in the Qatar region. So what were the major challenges when we started working on dugongs in Gulf of Kutch? So basically, there was no baseline data for dugongs in Gulf of Kutch when we started working. There was lack of awareness and outreach because nobody knew what dugong is or what are the marine mammals and what are the importance of it. We didn't have any manpower when we started working, and there was no literature or very few papers which were related to seagrass ecosystem or the dugongs or the marine mammals in Gujarat. We saw that there is a communication gap between the administrating and the implement agencies. Also, there is a communication gap between the local fishing community and the stakeholders, which are the implementing agencies as well. And there is a lack of designated marine mammal standing response team. So if any marine mammal gets stranded on the coastline, there is no designated team that will be going to the field site and that can help out. And we also saw that there is a lack of community participation in this conservation activities. Uh, so this is a map of the marine sanctuary or the marine sanctuary and a national park, which is the first marine national park in Gujarat. So the green part you can see is the ground, and the yellow part you can see here is the islands that are situated. So the dugongs are distributed in this Gulf of Kutch region, which is the marine sanctuary and the national park. And the major ecosystem that is found in the Gulf of Kutch region was the seagrass habitat, the corals, the estuarine and the marshy habitat, as well as the corals and the rocky shores. So there are different habitats that are found in all over the India. So the in Gujarat, the dugongs are mainly confined to the region, southwestern region, where there were maximum standing reports were reported. And so we were still not sure that where to start with the surveys and all. And this is one poster that is implementing that what are dugongs and what do they eat. Actually, as you can see that dugongs eat up to 40 kgs of seagrass in a day. So because they are only herbivorous, they don't eat anything apart from seagrasses. And for surviving, they need to have 40 kgs of seagrasses per day. So how deep this dugongs and the other marine mammals actually dive? So the dugongs dive up to 25 meters for 5 minutes. They can stay underwater for 5 minutes. The dolphins can dive up to 300 meters and they can stay underwater for 15 minutes. The sperm whale, they can dive up to 800 meters and they can stay underwater for 45 minutes totally. Dugong is also a state animal of Andaman Islands. This is a footage which was taken by my colleague Sapnali Goyali in Andaman region. So the stories of dugongs were actually derived by the morbid stories of were actually derived by this dugong, and dugong has an important mythological character to play in the Gujarat region as well. So there is a story that says that when the Krishna's Dwarka was sunk in the deep ocean, and Krishna used to love his cows. So he converted his cows into sea cows so that they'll be staying with him forever. Dugongs do communicate with each other, that like dolphins, like in terrestrial mammals like bats, they have a frequency that they have a communicate to. The same way, dugongs do communicate with each other, making some sound that sounds like this. So they make some chirping sounds as well to communicate with each other, so they know whereabouts they are. Let's watch a documentary.
Some creatures here even became the stuff of myth. Over 3,000 years ago, tales of mermaids began to emerge. Many believe these were inspired by the dugong, a mammal related to the manatee and sometimes known as the sea cow.
Coming to the world of seagrasses. So these are the seagrasses that you can see in the first picture. You are seeing of spoon seagrasses, that is Halophila species, that is one is Halophila ovalis, and Dugong prefers the Halophila and Halodial species more because they have low fiber content and high nitrogen content. So how the seagrasses are actually different from the seaweed. So seagrasses have a true root system. It is a angiosperm, so they flower and fruit. Unlike the seaweed, they don't have any root system as such. They don't flower or give any fruits as such. But so that's how the major difference between these two are. Uh, and the seagrass ecosystem are important because they help to stabilize our seabeds. They help in the carbon sequestration. As you have seen in the previous videos, they actually act as a fish nurseries, and they act as a food for the megafauna such as the dugongs as well as the sea turtles. And in India, there are total 15 types of seagrasses are present, and this ecosystem, this fragile ecosystem, has been getting depleted because of the various activities such as the seagrass habitats are getting lost at 9% per year, which is more than the rainforest or the coral reefs, which are being degraded right now. And major ecosystems are found in India in Gulf of Kutch, in Parkway region, in Gulf of Mannar, in Chilika Lake in Odisha, in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, as well as in Lakshadweep Islands. So this is a poster which is made by the CAMPA Dungong team member. So this posters are also available on our website. You can go through it. And all the 15 seagrass species are found in Tamil Nadu, where the highest population of dugong is currently occurring. And 10 species occur in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and only 5 species occur in the Gulf of Kutch region. So this is how a seagrass look like. It has a leaf tip, it has a leaf blade, it has a stem as well as the branching roots and the rhizome, and it has a simple root system. So this is how a seagrasses look like underwater. So there is a video which was taken by my colleague Shivani Patel. This is how the seagrasses look underwater. So in the Gulf of Kutch region, the water is not this much clear. This video was taken from the apart from Kutch region where the seagrasses are present, and so the reason of the seagrasses growing till the 40 zone because they have to photosynthesize if the light is not penetrating deeper than 10 meters or 30 meters, they won't be growing. And thus the dugong won't be having its food because there are no seagrasses for now. The threats to the seagrass ecosystem is the microalgal bloom and the oil spills as well. So if the macroalgal bloom, as you can see, as you all know, if the nutrients are nutrient recycling or the nutrient content in the water is above the threshold line, obviously it will the macroalgal bloom will occur, and because of the bloom, the seagrasses won't be growing. Apart from that, the oil spills also degrade the seagrass meadows. Apart from that, the plastic pollution is one of the major reasons. Apart from that, the ghost net which have been discarded in. So this is our team which we photographed in marine protected areas. So we were actually picking up the ghost net which were just lying on the coral beds here. And apart from that, the trawlers which were docked in the seagrass meadows in the Balapur region in the Gujarat. So whenever the boat is anchoring, it actually removes all the seagrass beds from the sediment. So the seagrass ecosystem has been under threat because of the sand dredging, because of the coastal development, the boat anchoring, the marine pollution, the bottom trawling, as well as the climate change. Uh, the standing records. The dugongs have been standing, so we have been monitoring the standing records in all the coastline. So this one picture is from Gujarat, where we are working right now. So the three records, so we actually reported three dugongs standing from the Gujarat. So the last standing which was reported in Gujarat, that was in 2012. And after 6 years, we actually saw the standing reports in Gujarat. And till now, we haven't got any standing reports after 2018 right now. So we have been collecting the genetic samples, the tissue samples for the dugongs which have been standing along all this sites. So we came to a conclusion that we concluded that the mitochondrial region, which was the population pools. So the Indian population have a separate genetic cluster, which comprises of the South Asia region. So and the Andaman population. So the Australian population here is denoted in the yellow part, which is a restricted lineage. And the Andaman population was related to the Thailand population, moreover. As you can see, the Andaman population here is donated in sky blue, and which was more related to the Thailand region population. The Gujarat population was more related to the Red Sea population. So what are the conservation actions that we have been working to conserve the dugong? So we have been conducting field surveys. We have been collecting data for their seagrass monitoring. We have been mapping the seagrass meadows in all three states where the dugongs are currently found. We have been conducting awareness and capacity building programs. We have been monitoring their habitats from the past 6 years right now. As I mentioned that in Gujarat, we didn't have any sightings or standing reports till we started working. So how did we know that dugongs were actually existing and not, it didn't went locally extinct from dugong? From Gujarat. So these were the feeding trails that gave us a clue. So when a dugong feeds, it actually leaves such a furrows in the seagrass meadows. So all you can see in between where it has eaten, it made a furrows like thing. So these are nothing but a dugong feeding trails. So from that we could conclude that okay, dugong are still existing in Gujarat, and it's not like they have completely locally extinct right now. So our team have been working on the seagrass surveys for estimating any seasonal changes in the seagrass meadows in Gulf of Kutch region as well as the Tamil Nadu region and Andaman region. So these are various parts of the seagrasses that you can see. This is so the in seagrasses, the male and female plants are different. So first photo is of female Halophila ovalis plant. The second photo depicts a male plant of the Halophila ovalis species. The third and fourth also mention a stamen part of the male species. Fifth photo is of another species, that is Halophila beccari. You can see the tiny leaves, and you can see the spoon blade, spoon grass of the Halophila ovalis, which is called as spoon grass. The leaf shape is oval and oblong. The shape is oval-like shape in the ovalis species. Another seagrass species which are found, that is Halodule uninervis species. So they have a long leaf blade, unlike the Halophila species. So these are the ninth picture depicts the flower, how the flower is from the Decipian species, and the Decipians looks like this. So they are a bit translucent. They're oblong in shape, not like the Halophila ovalis species. And we have been working on the ecological monitoring. So we have been assessing the seagrass meadows continuously for the benthic fauna region, benthic fauna assessment. Benthic fauna, as I already mentioned, that is the organisms that lie on the seagrass beds. So we found some crustaceans, we found some sea spiders, we found some sponge species, we found some sea anemones, prawns, as well as the worm species as well. We have been mapping the threats in the critical dugong habitats in all over the site. So this one is from Gujarat. So you can see that we have been monitoring the boat traffic density in the seasonally. So this is of the winter season, where the highest traffic density is mentioned. This is a marine national park. So we have been dividing the whole Marine National Park region into 2 by 2 kilometer grid area, and we have been sampling in this area. So where the high pollution traffic density is there, we are mentioning that the boat traffic should be lesser, or we can provide some speed limit to the boat or the trawlers which are currently passing by in this region. This is part of the ecological monitoring. Sorry. So the areas which have been marked, we have been mentioning it as this one is of the Paga Island, the Google Earth image that you are seeing here. So we have been mapping the seagrass meadows, the species as well as, and we also came across illegal shore scene nets on the Paga region, that we also informed the forest department to take some actions on the same thing. And from that, the fishermen stopped using the illegal shore scene along the protected areas in the Gulf of Kutch region. So what the standing reports that we had got in Gujarat, we found a microfilament that was nothing but post net filament that was used, that was the discarded net. So we got that as well in the Dugong gut. We have been working on the seagrass associated fish faunal assessment in the Kutch and the Mithapur nearby regions. So to check whether how the seagrass meadows have been helping the other associated faunal species to grow, and how the seagrass meadows have been affecting their assemblage as such. We have been conducting interview surveys with the fishermen to know what is their perception about the dugong conservation. Do they know about what are dugongs or what are the marine mammals, and what will happen if dugong get extinct completely, and why they should be involving themselves in the conservation activities that have been carried out till now. We came across, so we started with a unique participatory program. So we have been giving scholarship to the fishermen's kids who have been studying in the school currently. So we currently in Gujarat, we have given almost 303 students have been benefited, and we have been giving them scholarship from past 6 years. So as you can see, the past years the numbers were very low, and in the last phase that we are been working on, we got the maximum students because so many fishermen have been encouraged to come and help us in the conservation activities for dugongs. So they are basically ambassador are not working in Gujarat or somewhere else. They are still working for the conservation of the marine life which they are part of. As a part of the project, we have been working with the forest department closely. We have been giving them training on the drone training for estimating the surveying the marine protected areas. We have been working with the marine police as well as the coast guard to get information about any sighting records from their side, because whenever they are going for surveys, they can help us to get the information about the dugong occurrence as well. And we have made a particular rescue guidelines for marine mammals, especially for the dugong. So if you come across any entangled dugong or entangled marine mammal, first of all, the thumb rule is let the animal breathe, because they come on the surface to breathe. Even being a marine mammal, they can't breathe underwater. So if we block the nostrils, they won't be able to breathe, and the animal will die because of the stress and because of the oxygen depletion. So because the dugong stays nearby to the coast, we can move the dugong to the suitable depth, and we can cut the net before releasing. And we also encourage the fishermen to keep a video, so that we can give them a compensation. So in Tamil Nadu region, we have been compensating the fishermen who are actively rescuing the dugongs. So far, 14 dugongs have been rescued in Tamil Nadu, and two just got two were rescued recently. And we have been giving a compensation to the fishermen who are cutting their nets and also helping us to save the dugongs. These are some of the outreach activities that have been carried out by the Dugong volunteers. So they have been helping us to create awareness among the marine life and among the locals. Uh, so how you guys as a person can participate whenever you come across any seagrasses? You can just you can submit your reports to the Global Citizen Science Initiative to map the seagrass species across your coastline. So outcome of all our efforts have been fruitful for now, because we the Tamil Nadu government recently declared India's first dugong conservation reserve in Tamil Nadu. So the Park Bay region, which is a park strait between the Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka, was declared as a dugong conservation reserve. So 442 square kilometer area was declared as a dugong conservation reserve in Tamil Nadu recently, where 11 dugongs actually died, and we have been sighting mother and calf pairs continuously in this region. As a part of the project, we have been working on the outreach materials as well. As I mentioned already, that we have published a manual on marine mammal standing response that is available in our website. You can go to wi.gov.in. In that, there is Endangered Species Management Recovery Program tab, and there is a dugong. So in the dugong tab, you can actually go and check this out. So there is a comic book which was written by Chanchal Singha Roy. He is a teacher in Andaman. So he wrote the comic book for dugongs in Bengali, which was translated in English. We have also published a seagrass field guide identification book. We have also made a monitoring logbook to circulate among the stakeholders which are continuously working with us. So if they cite any marine mammals or they report any stranding, they can just report it in the manual itself. We have been giving out the awareness programs, whatever activities we are doing in the medias as well to create more awareness. These are some of the publication. These publications are also available on the website, which I mentioned earlier. If anybody is interested, you can go through the publications that the project have been published currently. And every year we celebrate World Dugong Day on 28th May because the India had signed an MOU with CMS on 20th May 2008. So that's the day that we thought that we'll be celebrating this day for dugongs. And I would, in the last, I would like to thank our partners, that is CMFRI, WTI, G Foundation, BNHS, and the other NGOs which have been working with us continuously. This is my team of where I'm working in Gujarat currently. These are the Forest Department officials of Gujarat that have been working, and I'm so thankful for the volunteers who joined us for this recovery program. You can also follow us on the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you have any questions apart from that, you can write to us to campadugongevents@gmail.com. If you have any questions for me, you can email me directly, or you can find me on the Instagram as well.
If any of you have questions right now, feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or just put it in the
Yeah, they can ask right now, no problem. Anybody has any questions, please go ahead and ask.
This is being recorded, so I'm just putting a YouTube channel link where the recording will be uploaded. So do subscribe. We'll probably upload it by tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
Any questions?
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we can end the webinar. Thanks, Prachi, for hosting it. It was a very interesting talk.
Thank you.